another white guy off the Celtics bench who really played really, really good. It was Luke Kornet tonight, and I wanted Luke Kornet. Can we get the applause for Luke Kornet? Do we have the soundboard here for Luke Kornet? Here we go. Here we go. I mean, go ahead. Oh, did you want to mention something on Pritchard? One more thing before I move on. Did you? I thought I saw your hand raised.
Me or Franco?
You.
Me?
Maybe you were applauding. Were you applauding Luke Kornet?
I was applauding, yeah.
No, wow. No, I'm not used to that. I'm really only used to me and Franco applauding for Luke Kornet on this show.
I mean, what do you want me to say about Peyton?
No, that's fine. I thought you had. I thought when I saw this above the camera, I thought you were raising your hand to say something or saying something.
I applaud to Peyton Pritchard, and I applaud to who we're going to talk about, Luke Kornet, because he's been stellar. So,
yeah. I mean, come on, guys. This is somebody I said in the group chat. I mean, first quarter, Celts running in the mud after 5 days off. It was Luke Kornet. It wasn't Peyton Pritchard to start off this game. It was Luke Kornet. Came in, scored 8 of his 12 points in that first quarter, rocking and rolling on the rim. Finished with 12 points, 7 rebounds, and assists, 5 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He was a plus 16. All that in 12 minutes, Franco. All that in 12 minutes. Luke Kornet has been exceptionally well. Yes, exceptionally well at his role. And that's been all season long. Even in moments where we've seen him rack up the coach's decisions, did not play, did not suit up when Kata's gotten his opportunity. But, man, Luke Kornet just playing his role so well for this team.
Yeah, I've been posing this one ultimatum for the past few games, and who is going to step up out of Tillman, Kornet, and Kata? And they've all gotten their fair share of opportunities. It's just who's going to take it and run with it. Luke Kornet has shown the most consistency out of all of them. Obviously, he's the most tenured out of the 3 on the Celtics roster, has built up that chemistry. Obviously, a fan favorite. I would love to see him one day with Scal behind in the booth. I think they would make a tremendous team just because of how great of a comedian he is. But there's nothing funny about how mean he was on the boards tonight. He was creating opportunities for the Celtics on fast breaks. When he gets the rebound, he finds either the Pritchard or Brown, who's already down the court, almost getting a little cherry pick action going. And he's been just comfortable. He knows what he needs to do down low. He's very generic. When it comes to his play style, he's not going up for what's the word I'm looking for? He's not finishing them in the air, not doing putbacks and whatnot. He's getting the rebound, bringing it down, assessing his options, and then putting it back up if it's a clean look. If not, he's kicking it out. And that's what the Celtics need the most out of anything else. Obviously, Tillman can attribute to this roster as well. I don't think that Kornet stepping up into the backup role officially eliminates Tillman or Kata from their opportunities. Obviously, Kata is a raw young talent. I think he's still developing. I think once he develops his basketball IQ as time goes forward, he'll be able to make those reads that Luke Kornet does, being able to get those putbacks with his athleticism. He can jump out of the building. And Tillman is a very good player, as we've seen in the past. He can guard from the 2 to the 5. He's a player who's versatile, and if his shots fall in, he can spread out the defense. So I really want to tip my hat to Luke Kornet. I think tonight he really set himself apart from the other 2, and I'm looking forward to seeing him continue it, and hopefully we don't see as many DNPs for him in the future.
I definitely think that Luke Kornet's made the case to definitely be, the kind of guy that we need to come off the backups in a row. I don't really, honestly, I don't want to sound negative about it, but I think Nemias Kid is kind of run off on me. He's not kind of really impressing me as much as he used to. So I hate to say that too. And Tillman's just not doing it for me. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I know he's young, and we haven't seen much out of him yet this year. like a full calendar year for the Celtics, but he's not doing it for me really. So Luke Kornet's been on the roster for at least like 4 or 5 seasons now. So I just think, a veteran like him, likable guy in the locker room, obviously going to just be, and then him getting that like enthusiasm to play well just makes me feel that he can be that guy to do it.
I just feel like when you talk about Luke Kornet, he just perfectly plays his role. We talk about Peyton Pritchard perfectly playing his role. Luke Kornet was a sharpshooter coming into Boston when he got traded just a few years ago, back in that 2020 year. Played his first few games for the Celtics. He was around the perimeter shooting 3-point shots. He's now turned into this high pick and roll rim protecting center for the Celtics. And I was kind of thinking, like, especially tonight, this had to be one of Luke's best games, at least in a really long time. And he's played pretty well. But this definitely had to be one of Luke's best games, and as a Celtic. And I almost posed this question in the group chat. I didn't want to think about it too much because I don't want to see Luke Kornet ever be gone from this team. Like, I just think he's such a glue guy, and I think that's exactly why Brad Stevens has kept him on this roster, not just for his on-court skills, but also just a locker room guy. Gels really well, gets along with everybody. Everybody loves him. He loves everybody. Like, he's like almost like the perfect teammate to have on the roster. But I wonder what Luke Kornet's game would look like outside of Boston. Like, say he left in free agency, got traded. He went from, before he was here, nothing but shooting threes. Now his game is totally changed. I mean, totally changed. And I mentioned this before in the postgame show. Usually you're seeing 7-foot guys, centers, usually expanding their game, going to the 3-point line. He went quite opposite. He went from the 3-point line down low into the paint. That's something that you do not see in the year 2024. And that's what you've seen. But guys, Luke Kornet has been on a tear. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Can we get the applause for this? I mean, this was, I believe, this was a few nights ago. This is a few nights ago, just eating them up. And then obviously, come on, guys, a couple years ago, this had one of my favorite, the Cornish game hen. I mean, come on, from have you ever seen Napoleon Dynamite? This is legendary right here. Franco's doing it right now. We got to get that. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want that?
I remember that, actually. Yeah, it took me a second. I'm like, yeah, with the bird. Yeah,
the Happy Hands Club.
Yeah. The Happy Hands Club. I think he's I think there was one where he's dabbing. He's just rapidly dabbing. I mean, Luke Kornet is full of the celebrations. We're looking for it every game. But in all seriousness, Luke just continues to impress me. And if Peyton Pritchard didn't go off in that second half the way he did, I had all my graphics ready. I had my Luke Kornet headshots up. I had the applause on my end all ready to go. But definitely an honorable mention for Luke Kornet tonight.